Hello. There we go. I know how to stream. Hi, everyone. Or is he still napping? I'm still napping. I'm still asleep. This is all a dream. Especially because I get to build a really cool keyboard that I would say this is like my actual like first custom keyboard. I mean, I've built a lot of keyboards. Hello. I built a lot of keyboards, right? There's a wall. I mean, you can't even see all of them. There's even more. They're not even all on display. I built a lot of keyboards, and this is the one that I think I'm most excited about building. I waited about 4 months because the group I actually delivered on time, which is very cool. But we're going to be building the Bear65 V2, and I'm very excited. And I think you'll be too once you see what it looks like. So I'm going to get started with that. Look at my desk. So you probably recognize this board. I built this. This is the Echo, or I modded it. Sorry, I didn't really build it. Switched out keycaps and switches and pretty much redid it. But this is essentially what we're going to be building today, but a much higher end version of it. So that's why I'm excited, because I really love this keyboard. And once I actually got my hands on this board, it like opened my brain, just like galaxy brained into, I want a nicer version of this. This is nice, but I want a even nicer version. So I'm gonna put this away so that we can not dox myself, because the label is still on the box. But this, I want to show you this real quick. This is sort of a sneak preview for what the actual board is going to look like in terms of color. I got the E purple, so very exciting. I will take the there's like a plastic film on this. I'll take that off later when we actually get everything all assembled and ready to go. But this is the wrist rest, so it's gonna look like this. You can see it like kind of follows the shape of the actual board. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Yeah. That's why they call it the bear. They put a little bear on it because it's the Bear V2. It's cute. The actual bear is also going to be on the board as well. So, because I got it's called Win Keyless version of it. This box is quite heavy. But if you don't know about how some like custom keyboards work, most custom keyboards work, a designer will basically come up with the design of the board, and then they will do what's called like an interest check, and basically they do an interest check and see how many people are interested in possibly purchasing the keyboard, and then they go into the group buy phase where they basically try to sell the keyboard. People buy the keyboard. The keyboards get manufactured, and then from there they hopefully get sent to you in a reasonable amount of time. So all said and done, which is very impressive, it took about 4 months to get this keyboard. I think I ordered it in September. I could be totally wrong. I can't remember. But I've had other boards that I've ordered a year ago, and they're still not here. They're close to being here, but they're not here yet. So it's very impressive what Jacky from Jacky Design can do, and making a really, hopefully, like I'm saying hopefully, but I've seen a lot of good things about this board, and I'm really excited. The packaging is pretty nice. It's very simple. This is like a slip. I need to slip it off here. Do you guys like the music? I feel like it's more my vibe. I like the lo-fi, but it's like a little jazz going. Okay, so this is like nice, like creamy colored box here. This is very heavy. The keyboard is all aluminum, so it's except for I believe we have a polycarbonate plate. I can't remember if I do or not. If I don't, we're just going to use the aluminum plate. Let's get the cute little bears. This little bear on the side. So cute. I have not opened this either. I waited. I had to wait. All it's missing is the fireplace and the glass of whiskey with a large see-through ice sphere. I need a picture of the ice sphere. Should post a picture of the ice sphere in the Discord. We are greeted with another box. I believe that these QR codes are they're the assembling guide for this. Have you ever seen decorative ice garnishes for glasses? I mean, probably. I just wanted a picture. I just wanted to see what you were thinking. I think this just comes right out. This, I think, is also Happy New Year, everyone. Very excited for this year. New year, new keyboard. This is the PCB, which it does feature some sort of flex cuts on it. I did opt for the hot swap because I am a hot swap ho. New keyboard, who dis? Yeah, I like hot swap because I don't have to solder and it's much easier. So if you don't know, you typically do the older style. I want to say the older style, but you used to have to always solder your switches in, but nowadays a lot of manufacturers will include the option for a hot swap PCB, and basically they just have hot swap sockets on the back, so you can pop the switches out and change them up. It's a lot easier. This is case foam, which we have. I think we have case foam for the bottom of the case, and as well as some plate foam, which you can see it's cut out. So it goes in between the PCB and the plate. Cool. And looks like we only have the aluminum plate. So this is, I don't, maybe I was just I'm just going to do, I don't, You know, when you order things like 4 or 5 months ago and then, or like a year ago, like you just kind of, you're like, oh, that would be cool. And then you forget, right? That's what happened. I was like, I'm just going to rock the alu plate, which I'm excited for because I do not have, this is my first like real custom all metal board other than the GMK Pro, which is like not my favorite. It's not my favorite. Some foam to separate what else is in here. Nice dense foam. Oh yeah. The ice sphere has been posted. Excellent. Okay. Man, that's like cut perfect. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. Here. I also need to pick this out, I believe. Because this probably has our I think it should have our gaskets and things. Yes. We've got gaskets. We've got the feet for the wrist rest, which is nice. Our little bag split open here, but they do give us a screwdriver, which is fun. Don't know which end is which, but I think it's magnet. Yeah, okay. Nice little screwdriver. And we get a daughter board, which is so the PCB hooks up to a wire that hooks up to the actual thing that you plug the keyboard in with. It looks like it comes with 2 GST connectors, which is interesting. Or wires. These are the feet for the case. Here are the screws. And, ooh, this is cool. This is a little gift that they give you. I mean, if you're... I did purchase this board with my own money, so it's kind of nice when they, like, they're just like, here you go, here's a thing that you didn't necessarily need. It's a little, it's a little bear. It's an aluminum bear keycap. It's made out of aluminum. It's cute. It looks like it's in the, like, there was a variant of this board that was rose gold. So it looks like it's in the rose gold color, which is cute. Excellent. But this is the, oh man. It's so heavy. It's so very heavy. Oh. Oh, I also don't remember. I don't remember what color weight I got. So most enthusiast level keyboards usually will have some kind of weight, even though, like, okay, the board itself is heavy, right? It's made of all metal, probably aluminum, whatever. But sometimes they'll have a weight on the bottom of it to give it even more heft. And typically it's like brass or aluminum, or sometimes it's zinc. This board had the option to have different colored weights. So you could have a weight that was colored like the board itself. So it could be e-purple. It could be brass, which I think is what I might have chosen. I don't remember. Again, like, months go by and your tastes change, so it's like a little gift. It's like a little surprise. And then I think you could get a white one as well. think there were a lot of options. So I don't remember what I chose. And I chose the brass. Oh. That looks so good. The finish feels so nice. And I love the rounded corners. It's so pretty. While we're down here though, let's put our feet on the bottom. These are nice rubber. I have to do this perfectly so I don't hate myself. So I've put feet on before incorrectly, and it's just a pain in the butt because then you have to like pull the adhesive up, and it's just annoying. And with rubber, it does this. So like it kind of stretches. So you have to like, I guess maybe like do it this way. Yeah. Okay. This is like, it's exciting because I've built like, I don't know, how many keyboards have I built? Like a bunch, like so many. And I've never built one that's like this level of cool. I think all keyboards are really cool, but man, like this is like an experience for me. This is sort of me like ascending, you know, like I'm like, I don't know. It's a cool way to start the year for sure. Glad it came right at the right time, and so anyway, so much like most of my builds, I didn't have the forethought of lubing stabs and doing all that stuff. Today we're going to use we are going to use these TX stabs because I bought them at PAX and I have not used them yet, and I'm very excited to try them out because I've never tried these stabilizers before. We have a lot of work to do before then though. Like I guess prepping the case. We can do that for now. I will kind of get things situated here so we can get started kind of putting things together. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm like nervous. Is that weird? Is it weird that I'm nervous? Okay, so we have shorter screws and longer screws. Case screws, which we have all of their case screws. And then daughter board screws, which I'm assuming are the... So they gave us a couple extra case screws, which is lovely. And then we have our... Okay, cool. Maybe they're not extras. Maybe I'm just crazy. This keyboard is... it is gasket mounted. So we will be applying the gaskets on the inside. By way of this. So I think, oh man. Would you just look at it? I'm just looking at it. Okay. I think we can go ahead and disassemble everything. I think I would like to put the gaskets on first, just to do something that I haven't done before, and then we can lube the stabilizers. Which for this build, we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, of the shorter kind, because since this is a split or like an Alice style board, we don't have like the big long space bar, which can be some of the most annoying stabilizers to get right. I never got a keyboard that like gave me a screwdriver. I've had CPU coolers that have given me a screwdriver before, which is cool, because then I get a screwdriver, right? This is using like it's like a hex bit. I also have to be really careful. I don't know how like durable the finish is on this. I'm assuming it's pretty durable, but as I'm doing this, I'm like, I'm not sweating, but as I'm like doing, I'm like trying to be very careful. Dangerous maneuvers. That's why they give you the extra ones. For people like me that just flip it over and see how it goes. It is better to safe than sorry, for sure. Oh man. So for the first time ever, when we were at PAX this year, because of apiary keyboards, I had never touched like a really nice keyboard before. Everything was always just like online, seeing everything online, whatever. And it was like for the first time I was able to like touch something that was like, ooh, I'm like, it's so nice. Like, ooh, this is what it's like. And it was for a brief moment on like a show floor, and it was like, I didn't get a lot of time, you know, like, and I didn't want to be like sitting there for a half hour typing on a keyboard. It's a keyboard. I'm the keyboard guy, and it's still like, it's a keyboard. But just being able to like, it's like, this is mine. Not yours, this is mine. I get to keep this one. This is, so these shorter gaskets are for, I believe, there's these little like scoops in here, right? It's just basically just to hold the plate in place, which I've also seen that with the plate foam. Let me take a look. I may have to refer to the, oh, the foam is so like soft. So with the plate foam, so we have this foam, which is going to go on the bottom. I'm a foamy boy, so everything, we're going to do all foams, because I've never had the chance to do all foams, and that's the beauty of doing keyboards, is that, oh, it's so, oh, it's perfect. Oh, okay, all right. And then this will go in between the plate and the PCB. So we've got these, let's see. Just want to mock this up so that I can see, like, because I think the plate, yeah, okay. So where these little notches are, I think I'm still gonna put the little pieces of foam in, maybe. Cause like these kind of reach out a little bit, but I think like with the like. Let me look at the guide. Just want to make sure I'm not being silly, because I've seen online like some people are like, well, when you use the plate foam, you don't have to include the little pieces of foam that go in these spots here because the plate foam takes care of that. I just want to see. Here's the part where okay. If you use the plate foam, you can put the internal onto the bottom of the case and squeeze the parts that stick out. See the red arrows? Okay. Right. If you didn't, okay, here we go. Here's talking about the gaskets. If you didn't use the plate foam on the internal, you can put side gaskets onto top case to avoid lateral movement in the internal after assembling. This Jacky is not from our country, so a little bit of translation, but it makes sense. If you used plate foam, you can use the internal onto the bottom case and squeeze the parts that stick out, see the red arrows below, onto the bottom case. If you didn't use plate foam and used side gaskets instead, put the internal onto top case first. So you're saying that since we are using plate foam, we won't use the side gaskets. Okay. Makes sense to me. So we've got two different gaskets here. So they're just made of like a kind of thick foam. They're not like, but they're a little bouncy, right? These are the tops. So these are 2.5 millimeters, and then the bottoms are 2 millimeters. I don't know what the thought process is behind that. I don't know, but we're going to put them on. Just had to grab my tweezers. So these are the top. So we are going to put the top gaskets on. I'm just trying to be careful, man. So do people still do New Year's resolutions? Or are we over that now? Sodded. What's up, gamer? Most people say they will and then abandon them in about a month. And yeah, I mean, a month is being kind of generous, I think. I have a funny story. That's not really that funny. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So I get emails pretty frequently saying that, and this is an email I don't really use, but I claimed it because it's my name. But I get emails pretty frequently saying that somebody is like trying to sign up for like Disney Plus or Snapchat or whatever, using my email address. And I'm assuming, and I've done all the like stuff, you know, to prevent any sort of like weird stuff happening, you know, like try to take over my email and my life or whatever. So I'm protected. Like there's no way that this person has access to the account, but they still, I think it's a kid, right? And they think that they have rights to the account or whatever. Well, they just tried to sign up for Snapchat the other day, and it gave me the username. So they obviously cannot verify their account, but they have a username on Snapchat. So I just re-downloaded Snapchat and added them. Or tried to friend them and see. They're from the UK, which... anyway. Be interesting to see what happens with that, if anything. So I'm back on Snapchat for time being. I literally had somebody message me on Snapchat on Wednesday. Like, nobody messages me on Snapchat for an entire year. And then the one time I go to re-download Snapchat, somebody was like, hey, do you want to fix my computer and make it really cool? And I was like, what? Yes, but also bro, I haven't been on Snapchat in so long. You can see that, can't you? You can see that I haven't been on Snapchat, right? You go onto my thing and seen 130 million weeks ago, right? So I messaged him. I was like, yeah, dude. Hell yeah. It's somebody I know from the area. So. It's a little hard to do because it's at an angle. But I'm not. He was waiting. No, he messaged me before. I just reactivated my Snapchat today. So he messaged me on Wednesday. What's today? Monday? He messaged me under a week ago. So he's not waiting. He's just psychic. It's dusty. My Snapchat is dusty. Oh yeah, absolutely it is. I think that's all we have to do for that. Our friend Dusty. No, it wasn't Dusty. Nope. Oh, you're talking about the Snapchat thing. Yeah, it's Dusty's trying to hack into my... Trying to hack into my email. I'm coming for you, Dusty. Snapchat is so weird. I hate Snapchat. I hate it so much. It's so dumb. I don't like it. I hate it so much that my camera wasn't even focused. It's so stupid. It gives me weird vibes. Okay? That's why I don't like Snapchat. I think this is the button. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm 5x. Well, then fast forward. This is YouTube, baby. Oh, I don't know if mobile makes a difference. I was gonna say you could try. I need to put this away so that I don't confuse this. Yeah, well, because one of the main reasons people use it is to be sneaky. Yes. No thanks. A whole platform built around the idea that, like, your messages will be deleted. That's, like, fucked up. And there's teens that use it. Or us who, for funny... I don't even do that, though. I don't even use it for the filters, man. I've had it deleted, like... Last time I had Snapchat installed on my phone, I was living in the apartment. And I had it for probably less than a week. And then I deleted it again. If it tells you anything about my extreme distaste for Snapchat. I'm sure that people use it for good reasons and sending pictures to... Just like text the picture to me or something. Or like put it in the Discord. I mean, to be fair... the Discord wasn't really a thing until a year ago. The inception of the Discord, or the inception. Blah. I wish I had an inception button. I was about to reach for my nut button. The conception of the Discord wasn't... It's been almost a year. When did we start the Discord? It was in January, right? Best Discord in the land. You bet your sweet bippy it is. It's just kind of replaced social media almost. Like, I think it has the potential to do that. But I like being able to, like, reach a bunch of people that aren't in the Discord. And I feel like if you're gonna do any sort of, like, content creation stuff, like, I feel like you kind of have to. You kind of have to do it. Kind of have to do the social media thing a little bit. Around then. Around then what? January? I don't know why there are 2 JST cables. I don't know why. I don't know if one is better than the other. I mean, look, obviously not. But, like, I just want to see. Recommend cable without sleeves. Okay. This little boy. Me. So right now we're just prepping our case for We're just prepping the case. That's the tweet. And part of that was doing what I was just doing, was installing the... I was installing the gaskets. Yes. Your new socks are nice? You mean your new socks? I have been wearing them, and they are nice. I think I've worn them the past 2 days. They're decent. Thank you for buying them. The screwdriver is not magnetic, but that's okay. Basically, we're installing what's called a daughter board. It's the little tiny little PCB that has the USB-C cable on it to plug a keyboard in. And obviously this cable lays down here, and it's got a little channel that's cut into the aluminum, the bottom case. Very nice. So since, yeah, we're using the plate foam, we don't need to worry about the little gaskets to hold it in place. Robert, welcome. Hello. Hello, mother. The new socks are nice. You like your socks? Excellent. Excellent. Yes, today we're building the Bear65 V2. Not arguably, but definitively the nicest keyboard I've ever built. What a way to start off the new year. I was explaining to chat earlier that I'm almost kind of nervous right now because this is so, like, it's just like, it's so cool. Like, this is so, like, ugh. Unboxing it and everything, I was like, chills. Look at this PCB. Got the little bear on here. But look at this PCB. Look at the traces. And just like, I don't know. There's probably nobody here that can like really like, I don't know about how to make PCBs or anything like that. But you can look at this and maybe just think, wow, it took some work to get all of these traces like really clean, and like it just looks, look at it, just look at it. Would you look at it? It looks so nice. And I love when they add things like little like designs and things on PCBs. It's like they don't have to do that. You're never gonna see it. Not only that, it's an artistic quality to it. Yeah, it's aesthetically pleasing. It looks so nice. So nice. And even the back. we do have the hot swappable version here. So you see these little things are the hot swap sockets. So we don't have to do any soldering today, which is excellent. Look at it. Look at it. I said look at it. This board PCB, this PCB in particular, because there are acrylic versions. Acrylic. Is it acrylic? I can't remember. Plastic versions of the board that do feature some underglow. So these diodes here, here. Those are for the underglow. This board itself does not feature like perky RGB or anything like that. But I don't care. Perky RGB is like, it's fine. It doesn't bother me that it doesn't exist on this board. It doesn't change how I feel about it. But if you have the plastic versions of the board, you do get some underglow, which is kind of neat. There would be a reason to not get hot swappable if given the option. I feel like it's objectively superior. I think so. Having had experience with hot swap, like the only thing I've ever soldered was this. It was this guy, and I did it on stream, and it was the first thing I've ever soldered, and it was like, fine, whatever. It is kind of a pain in the butt to desolder. I think if you're just getting into the hobby and you don't want to like seriously commit to something, like hot swap is like, yes, superior. But there is, I think, one drawback to hot swap, maybe a couple. And this is like sort of like, I don't want to say it's hearsay, but if you don't solder your switches to the board, there's going to be maybe a slightly different sound if you care, or the keys might feel slightly not as stable. I don't find that to be the case, because they're mounted into a plate, and I don't think that that's necessarily true. But I will say that if you mess up and you pop one of these hot swap sockets, like it gets popped off of the board and you have to repair it yourself, it's very likely that you probably will have to do some very janky sort of wiring to do it. I've done it. I've popped a hot swap socket and I haven't repaired that board because I don't use it. It was my first board that I ever built. But I have the wire and everything to do it. I just haven't done it because it's just kind of a display board at this point. Like, I don't use it. So there is that. The way to prevent that and to be careful is to just make sure that the pins on your switches are totally straight. And when you're inserting the switch into the socket, mounting it in the plate and putting it into the socket, make sure you're supporting the hot swap socket like this. Like, hold it, like be able to, you'll feel the pins slip through and make contact. It'll be kind of like a little poke. But in order for this to stay, I mean, you just kind of want to hold the hot swap socket and put your switch in, if that makes sense. I know that's not always an option because you don't want to disassemble the entire board and do that sort of thing. But there is a safe way to hot swap, and then there is the loosey-goosey, not safe way that I've done before, and don't do it. Just try your best to just be safe with it. But PCBs are usually salvageable even if you do pop a socket or something. Like I said, I did a little research on how, like, you have to, like, maybe rewire like send a wire, solder a wire from here to somewhere else and make sure that it works. But it's kind of a pain in the booty, to be honest. Okay, so we're not really at this point yet, but I kind of want to just like mock this up and see, because I've never used plate foam before. This build came with bottom case foam, and it came with this very nice plate foam. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, plate foam, plate foam, plate foam. And those people are literally just the ones in the hobby, and you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But people are like, oh man, every build now just has plate foam. It's not the same as like why don't you just... all builds sound the same now because they all use plate foam. Well, I've never had a board that had plate foam in it, so I'm gonna do the plate foam. That's what I'm gonna do. I've seen and heard that this board does sound good without the plate foam too, which is nice. Maybe if I had the polycarbonate plate. I think we're at the point right now where I need to do stabilizers. I wish I had a button that just had the crowd going, "Ah," because that's how I feel every time I have to do stabilizers. It just gets messy. But Robert, have you built a keyboard before? Okay. Oh, there's your sound effect. Thank you. Would you mind getting me some paper towel? So I would like to not make a mess. But we can take a look at these stabilizers. I've never used TX stabs before. I'm very excited. I recently just used Acco's new stabs on Meat Mummy's board. Thank you. And that was nice. I knew that I realized that I had ordered them specifically for that board because they were like almost the same like color as the board itself, and I was like, oh, I must have ordered these on purpose. I didn't even know. These come in like a freaking thick foam. Okay, so here is a potential dilemma. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for a standard set, so we only have 4. Let's see. So this is wild, okay? So we've got these Acco stabs, right? So TX gives us 4 stabilizers, 4 of the smaller ones, and we need 5, right? So we need 1 for the shift, 2 for space bars, so that's 3, enter, and backspace, so that's 5. TX is very stingy. These are really, really nice stabilizers, and I was really hoping to use these today because I've never used them. Unfortunately, it looks like we're SOL on that, and I probably have to order some more just so that I have more. But look at what Echo does. I've already used 4 of them because on a normal board, on like a TKL or something, you're going to only use 4. They still give you, like, there's 9 of them here for like the smaller keys. Wild. From scratch, no. I got into mechanical keyboards about a year ago, fell into the rabbit hole looking into them. Didn't want to commit about $200 to do one from scratch. Bought a Gateron K6. Excellent. Well, I hope you're enjoying your Keychron. And if you're, you know, swapping switches and finding the things that you like, I hope you find that very enjoyable. As with most of us, you know, that kind of got into the hobby sort of, I don't want to say recently because I've been in the hobby since 2020, since the pandemic I started. And, you know, now I'm finally getting some of the keycap sets I ordered, you know. But that's, if you know anything about the hobby, that's just kind of how it rolls. GMK sets are just a pain in the butt to get your hands on. So I think, as much as I feel like this is sort of, it's not a disgrace. This is not what Echo, if you don't know, Echo is a brand that is more affordable. So for me, in this instance, at this moment, the idea of putting Echo stabilizers in this $350 to $400 keyboard kind of seems weird. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Luckily, the next board that I have that's coming in the next day or so, that came with stabilizers, so I don't even have to worry about that. Heck, maybe I'll put the TX stabs in there. I don't know. I am enjoying it, although I sort of miss having an F-row, so I may get one like that later. So far, I've swapped caps for SteelSeries pudding caps for Christmas. I haven't changed any switches yet. Yeah, that's why I feel like so getting people or recommending to people different keyboards. I feel like while I do enjoy smaller boards, and this is technically a 65%. I am in a position where if I am playing a game or something, because I don't use F keys very much, but if I'm playing a game that requires F keys, I have keyboards. I have several keyboards that I could just grab one that has F keys. I realize that not everybody can do that. And not everybody is like a crazy person like I am and invests a bunch of money in a bunch of keyboards. Why get a bunch of keyboards where you can't type on them all at the same time? It's like guitars. Which I also have been a part of that hobby. So my recommendation for people that are just getting into wanting to dive into the keyboard thing, just get a TKL. Because you're not an accountant and you don't need a full-size keyboard. And if you know that you're not going to use F keys, go for a 65. That's it. Or a 75. I really like 75s because they're kind of just like that in between. But TKL is more approachable. Usually for games where I miss it mostly, the whole quick save and quick load F key. So I recently ran into, my friend Uber and I were playing Diablo 2 Resurrected and going through that game, and we're at the last act right now. It's very exciting. I haven't played that game to completion, really done that in a long time since I was younger. Hello. That's okay. I'm all right. Thank you. Hi, buddy. So we have been going through that game. For that game, because it's such an old game, you used F keys to bind your like abilities. So I've been like using my scroll wheel to like use my abilities and stuff. Anyway, I whenever we play it now, I just switch to a TKL or something that has F keys. So I'm about to put these reasonably priced these very reasonably priced stabilizers in my very expensive keyboard. But that's what we're here for, you know. The hobby is such that it is because there's so many options, right? And I found that I replaced the stabilizers in her NK 87. So she has the Bloomin' one. It's the entry edition. It's like the sort of see-through plastic polycarbonate, I think. And it's kind of similar to this. Basically, it's supposed to be like a glow-in-the-dark board. Well, I put those in over the ones that were stock in the board itself. So much better. So much better. So much better. These aren't TX stamps. But we'll make it do. We'll make do with what we've got. And now I have to lube them. It's my least favorite part of any keyboard build. And I always say that I'm like gonna do it before stream. Or prep things before stream. Make sure that everything's good. And while that is sort of a big brain play, I have no excuses. I have to go. It was fun. Thanks for Hey man, thanks for popping in. It's good to talk keyboards with people. Enjoy the rest of your day and Happy New Year. Broseph, hello. I haven't talked to you since last year. What the frick, man? Where have you been? How are you doing? It was really nice of you to pop in the other day, and just hang out in the Discord while we were all doing stuff. And you weren't even a part of it, but you were just like, I'm just here. I'm just here, you know, making my clips and chilling. I really appreciate that. Today we're building a Bear65 V2. It is a 65. It's a 65% Alice or Arisu layout because it has arrow keys. And at the moment, I am going to go through and lube all of these stab housings and get us going with that. Guess I could like do this or something, you know, maybe like show you what I'm doing. Bro, so if you use Epidemic Sound, don't you? I think we talked about this. Of course I had a good time hanging out. Well, I just wanted to like tell you that I appreciate it because, you know, communication is important. Yes, I do. I love Epidemic Sound. That's what I'm using right now. So much good music. And maybe it's just me being like, I love Stream Beats. Don't get me wrong. I do love me some Stream Beats. It's free. But I was like, man, I really want like more. And I want sort of, I want the music that's on my streams and content to be like maybe music you haven't heard before, or like Stream Beats is professional, obviously, I think. But I think it's neat. So I'm using right now, I was like, there's gotta be some good jazz on here. And it's very good. They do have a large library to choose from, for sure. There's a lot of good music on here. Do you have any New Year's resolutions, Brosif? We were talking about it earlier and how, like, you know, people usually say they're going to do something and then they do it for like a month or less and then they're like, oh, never mind. I want to go to the gym every day. I would never say that. But it's just an example. It's an example of a New Year's resolution that's not very achievable by the average person. 1920 by 1080. Excellent. That's a great resolution. It's a classic, honestly. I'm more of a 1440p guy, but I respect a nice fast 1080p. None of that 60 FPS BS. 144 hertz or bust. Bussin'. So I hope everybody's holidays were awesome and you got some cool stuff that you wanted. I actually got socks. So, JK, I really want to be more consistent with VODs and trying to start photography business. Oh, that would be really cool. I bet that's hard to do, but I mean, if you hone your skill and you're good at it, like, it's like, I imagine photography is like most art, you know, like underappreciated and undervalued. But I have a photographer friend that is like really good at what he does. And he does like tintype stuff, if you've ever heard of tintype photography. While he does like traditional photography, he also does the tintyping stuff, and that's like sort of what he focuses on. Sort of what he advertises on his socials. Very cool stuff. And a really cool guy. I actually went to his wedding a couple months ago. A friend of mine in high school. And I will say like an actual friend, not like somebody that I knew and I'm just trying to clout suck. Because his tintype photography is dope. We don't really talk as much anymore, but like I spent a lot of time at his house. That's sweet. It'll be a change for sure. And yeah, people don't really get how much work. Yeah, the photography is a lot of work. Maybe I really hope that he will take our pictures. And I don't have any reason to believe that he would say no. So. Unless he's booked or something or busy. But I would love to someday get him involved in our future plans. Very nice guy. That whole family is great, to be honest. If you want to look him up, I think it's just his name. I'll look it up here real quick. Let me look real quick. I think he has a website. Yeah, he does. Why is it? Oh, I put it in the wrong. I put it in the wrong thing. There. His name is Steven. He's really great. Any New Year's resolutions for yourself? No, like real resolutions, because I think it's stupid. Like a resolution is a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. I would rather just say that I really want to just make more content. After my Steam Deck video like took off, and it's really starting to calm down now. After that video sort of took off, I was like, maybe I should do more. And then, you know, motivation is hard. So I really want to keep producing more content. And I have several ideas. I got a lot of cool stuff for Christmas. A lot of stuff I can make content about and on, but the bottleneck is me writing and making the scripts for those things. And I have time right now to do it. And I think this week I'm going to try really hard to get a few of the scripts written out so that I can, you know, actually do the B-roll and make all the, you know, do all the extra stuff that needs to be done and then actually make the videos. I want to be able to, it would be really cool to make at least one video per month. Because I have reasonable expectations for myself. There was a point where I was like, 2 videos a week. No. The grind is real, but you make really good videos. So I know you got to, well, I appreciate it, man. I need to look into LUTs and get something that's like, I don't know what it was about my last video or my big video that I made about the Steam Deck, but like the colors were really dull. And like the color out of this camera and what you're seeing right now, I think it looks great just by itself. But I needed to look into LUTs and see if I can find something that I like. Captain Jack, welcome in. How are you doing? How's your New Year's? Do you use a Sony? Yes. This face cam that I'm using is an A5100, so it's quite old at this point. But it's only 1080p, and I usually only use it for this little guy, little square. But then when you blow it up, I feel like, just focus. I feel like, I don't know. For my videos, I feel like I would really benefit from like a 4K camera. But that's just me probably. New Year's is great. Headache is not so great. How about you? I drank nothing, which is not surprising for me. So my headache is non-existent, which is great. And we were in the Discord last night playing Among Us and played some Among Us and some Gartic Phone. It was a really good time. Smart move. I'm one to have a drink. You know, I have a drink occasionally, but I think I'm at the age now where like any alcohol, I'm gonna suffer tomorrow. We've even got drinks in the fridge and everything too, and it didn't even cross my mind. Last night was just like a regular night, you know? I know a lot of people like to celebrate New Year's, but To be honest, usually I'm in Florida. Like, my family has a place down there, and I usually will go down there for like a week or so. And because of the hurricane, that is not an option. Kind of destroyed a lot of things, and the building is condemned at the moment. Can't really do that. Yeah, we did celebrate together. We did. It just, but what I was saying is, it just kind of felt like a normal evening. You know, like it just felt nice. It was good. Saw some of the Among Us stream, but I gotta say it was pretty funny. Yeah, we had a good time. We did the new hide and seek mode, which is very cool. But I definitely like played enough Among Us last night. I was like, I'm Among Us out. I'm like good. It's usually a good way to end an evening is to play a bunch of Among Us, and then you're like, all right, I'm good. Good for another month or whatever it takes to get us back into Among Us. I like the game. It's fun. It'd be a little frustrating, but I think what's nice about Among Us is if you have a brain like mine where you're a bit competitive and you can easily get frustrated. So like Call of Duty like Warzone can be a little bit frustrating because of your competitive brain. I think like a game like Among Us is pretty good because like for me, I don't have that competitive, like it doesn't show up in that game for me. So I could just have fun, Hide and seek was intense. I also enjoyed the New Year's stuff crazy. Yeah, Among Us is always a great time, for sure. For sure. Well, today we're building a Bear65 V2. It is the nicest keyboard that I've ever built. So, thanks for joining us and stopping by and everything. I'm hype as far for the new John Wick movie. Yeah, dude. I'm really sad. Like, yesterday I went to a family thing. Had dinner with my grandparents and my mom and her exchange student that she's got at her house. And that was nice. It was really nice. But the entire time I was gone, you guys did a marathon of all the John Wick movies, which I love. Thank you, Meat Mommy, for introducing me to John Wick because the movies are great. I had never seen them before until I met her. So I really need to get, so I use this stuff called Super Lube. It's silicone dielectric grease. It's stuff that I put on the wires of the stabilizers to make it so they don't rattle as much. And it works okay. But there's this stuff called BDZ. It's a very thick sort of grease that makes a lot less mess. This stuff is a little bit, I want to try the BDZ stuff. But I've had this tube since I started doing keyboard stuff, and I still haven't run out yet. Finally, a movie without Wing Wang. For those of you that don't understand that, typically whenever we have people over or we're showing movies in the Discord or whatever, there's like a 95% chance that whatever movie is showing, there's gonna be some nudity or something, and usually it's people over. And we'd never seen this Jackass movie. I don't know if it was like the newest one or whatever. I'd never seen it, and neither had all of our other guests. And apparently didn't know that there was wiener in it. Didn't know. This is like not. If I could just get some of this actual. It almost seems like it's separating. Anyway. Ma'am, you did this. She did. She did do it. This is literally her fault. Literally. Probably should try to like show you what I'm doing, huh? Trying to do this in a way that is clean. Sometimes when you're working with this dielectric grease stuff, it kind of gets a little messy. I'm sorry that if any of the shots that I am doing, like, it's not showing you everything. If you care about what I'm doing, or if you like really want to see, just tell me. I'll do my best to give you a shot. So basically I'm just dipping this wire in this grease to coat the wire so that it gets enough on it so that it basically mitigates any sort of rattling or anything. Because I guarantee you, if you have a mechanical keyboard on your desk right now and you slap your spacebar, it'll rattle a lot. I'm sorry if that ruins something for you. I've done that to people before where I'm like, yeah, I'm into custom keyboards. Like, why? And then you just like go up to their keyboard and you slap it and it just like rattles a bunch and you're like, that's why. That's why. Facts on the rat. And it's so like I understand that like this is such a niche. It's such a like a weird niche hobby that like not everybody should be involved in because it's expensive and it can be expensive. It's not like there are some. An entry level board is like $150 to $200. That's expensive for most people, right? It's expensive for me. This is a $400 board. It's expensive. But when people ask me, it's like, if you just why do you spend so much money on it? It's like, because it sounds like this. That doesn't sound too much different than my keyboard. And they slap their space bar and like, this is why. So what I'm trying to do right now is sort of mitigate that. Which is why I think the thicker grease would probably be a little bit better. I just have been using this for so long. My spacebar is perfect. Mac, I wonder why. Mac is not a keyboard enthusiast, but Mac did have me build a keyboard for her. And it turned out really good. It was an NK65 entry edition in the purple color. But I really want, and I try to be, I really want to be like a source of information. You know, like I want, like if people have questions or people want to know about things pertaining to like anything that I'm interested in, like I want to be able to like tell people or like advise. I guess advise is a better word. I want to be able to advise on like good decision making based on like a lot of stuff that I know too much about, like keyboards. So like somebody the other day, I think it was on Twitter or I saw it in somebody's Discord. I also actively try to not give unsolicited advice. I think that's a great New Year's resolution for anybody. Don't give unsolicited advice. If somebody wants to know something, they will ask. But somebody was like, I'm looking to get a new keyboard. I want to get a new keyboard. And I was like, I always start those conversations off like, what's your budget? How much you want to spend? What kind of keyboard? Because it's not all about customs, right? Like, I know about a lot of other keyboards. I'm going to get on the funky keyboard making train. A keyboard that can make rhythm game abuse sound lovely. Oh, yeah, dude. Those Osu players are... They love their mechanical keyboards. I've never played Osu. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever. But, you know. I just, like... So there's different parts to keyboard building to me that are, like, is really appealing. So, like, putting things together. Like Legos, or, like, building something. Anything. Like, building anything can be very satisfying, right? You're starting with... a kit or nothing or whatever. You're starting with materials and then you're like assembling everything. And in some ways you can customize certain things to be more your style or based on your experience, more suiting of your needs. So like with keyboards, it's like keycaps are like an aesthetic thing for the most part. So, but there are so many good options now. So many good options. So many good, aesthetically pleasing, good quality sets that you can get. Switches, it's kind of like... That's a rabbit hole that you can really jump into. And like, ultimately, at the end of the day, you're like, this switch is more tactile than this switch. Or this switch is smooth out of the box. And this switch, I actually have to lube myself. There's a lot of like factory lubed switches now, linear switches that are really good. And then there are clicky switch lovers. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just a choice. I've never truly, I don't think, I mean, very, very, very early on in my gaming, my first keyboard, my first mechanical keyboard that I ever bought was a Razer keyboard. I started where most people started. Now I'm here. And I like clicky keyboards hurt my brain. They don't give me the serotonin that I require to function. So I always just recommend, if you're gonna do anything, just do like browns or reds. Those are the safest way. But people are like, well, I want it to sound a certain way. It's like, I guarantee you're not gonna get the sound that you want with a clicky switch. unless, I mean, there are several clicky switches that are good and fine. Just like scratches a part of my brain that wants to be violent. In all seriousness, no, it's not. I'm mostly joking. I'm hoping that Uber hears me talking about clicky switches, because he has an Aki keyboard that has, I think they're like Tenmu blues or something, some kind of blue switch. You have clicky switches. You do. You do. I'm glad that I'm able to summon you. Just by talking about. No, I don't like pooping on people's preferences. There are lots of choices for a reason. And by lots of choices, I mean two. There's two choices. And then there's the third choice. That is not as correct. If you really want like a really sick keyboard that actually will give you like a competitive edge in games, like a real actual like perceivable advantage, Wooting, the Wooting HE65 or 60, sorry, they don't make a 65 yet. Look it up. I think the board itself is like $175, and it uses Lecker magnetic switches. And the kind of the whole concept is that like you can make it so that when you release the key, it will immediately turn off whatever action you're doing. So like normal keyboards, you kind of have like this like this amount of play. With the magnetic switches, it's like once you let go, it will turn the switch off. And you can change all of that stuff too. It's insane. I just got here. We were talking about how much you like hearing them. You know, my Switch preference is that it was $50. That's a good Switch preference. I respect that. It's true. And it's a lovely looking board too. I want to just rip it apart and put new stuff in it. Just like brutally rip it apart. And do like way too much desoldering. Way too much switch lubing. Just get really violent. Sounds like a very fun project. I'd like to do that. Not necessarily to your keyboard, because I don't want to break anybody's things. But I think it would be a lot of fun to mod a board in that way. And take like a stock board and then like try to mod the crap out of it. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm injecting some more. This isn't a sharp needle. It's very dull. It's a flat tip on it. I'm injecting more of the same material that I was putting on the stems. Basically just like kind of filling up the area inside of the stabilizer to mitigate more of the rattling. I was thinking about doing that probably in a slightly different way than you. You do just about everything in a slightly different way than I would do it. And you do it just to piss me off. You're lucky I'm not like an actual angry person. Same though. Gotta keep you on your toes. Sure. Now I think I have to give a keyboard that special Uber treatment. That means you have to make a YouTube video. I don't make the rules here. I don't make the rules. I would really like to see a YouTube video that you make. Where you're like parodying my content. I want to see that. It's like, hey guys, what's up? Today we're gonna do keyboard stuff. My name is Uber HQ. Can we just do a compilation of Uber trying drinks? I tried to do that a little bit. You know, I tried parodying his content. I don't remember if you've parodied my content before. I don't think so. Don't think you have. I've reviewed your content, but I've never parodied it, right? This is a really good idea that you should do. I'm not biased. This is my unbiased opinion. You should just do it. Okay. You should pretty easily just snap right in. And then we will flip the board over and screw them in. Uber, what were you up to last night? Just chilling? Having a bev? I'm gonna do this though, because I don't want any grease to get on the... Just big chilling? Excellent. You didn't miss much. We were just playing Among Us. We tried the new hide and seek mode. It was pretty good. You can see this, right? Okay, yeah. Played a bunch of Red Dead. Nice. We've actually got Mac hooked on the online experience. Playing a little bit of that recently. I hope you're enjoying that game. I really need to actually like play the game. I spent so much on the online on that game. But I also have a bunch of other games I need to beat. I'm almost done with the first Spyro. I just haven't, like... I played a little bit yesterday when I was at my mother's. I'm on the last level of the first game. I also learned that you can, like, 120% some of the levels, and I'm pissed. I mean, I can go back and do it. Some of those levels, man, they're kind of hard. Like, hard in the sense that, like, there are things that you can do in each level that like are not super obvious. It'd be a little frustrating. 120% is too much. I'm all about meeting the minimum requirements. I really want to, like, my goal was to like 100% the game, just like Super Lucky's Tale, which then learned that new Super Lucky's Tale is basically the same game, but like remixed some of the levels. So like, I'm like, should I have just played new Super Lucky's Tale? It's really frustrating when I found that out. Because it's just like a remix of the game, which I can't tell if I like or not. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, how do you re-release the game and then like remix some of the levels, and then, to be fair, a lot of companies do that. I'm excited, and I hope you are too, because I feel like you are also an enjoyer of this game. The Risk of Rain remastered thing. I can't remember what it's called. But the Risk of Rain 1 game that's getting a like an overhaul, and the multiplayer is actually going to work, so you don't have to like port forward and shit. That's going to be sick. I'm excited about that because that game is very cool. I'm going to go around and make sure all these are toit. Toit like a toiger. I think we're good. All right. So, the lamest and hardest part is done. Stabilizers are done. I liked one more than two. I don't know if I can say I liked it more. They're just different games. I don't really want that to be like a cop-out answer, but they're just different games. Like it's Risk of Rain 2, but it's also just like not the same game, like at all. Right? Because we don't really have to be as zoomed in anymore. So we are using the plate foam. We're going to use the plate foam because I've never used plate foam. Everybody says it's like a big thing. It's like every keyboard sounds the same because of plate foam. I'm going to use plate foam because I've never had a keyboard that had cool plate foam like this. We got that alu plate. Oh, switches today. We are going to use Gateron Oil Kings, which I'm very disappointed with these switches in their stock configuration. But I think I fixed them. So they're supposed to be really good. And like my experience with them is not so great. In their stock configuration. But I lubed the leaves and the legs. And I think we're good. Just want to like chuck a couple switches on here so that we can get this started so it's all aligned. It's probably the hardest part here. Just like that. Yeah, I'm excited for that sort of remixed game. And having multiplayer that actually like functions without having to do a bunch of janky stuff. It's not janky, but it's just kind of get with the times, man. What I'm doing right now is making sure that the switches are actually like seating themselves onto the plate, snapping in. Just like that, I think we're almost ready to start just like popping these bad boys on here. So my wife thought she was going crazy just now. She heard you talking but didn't know I had the stream playing on my phone. Thought she was hearing things. Hello, Brosif's wife. I am not a disembodied voice. I'm a real person. On on Brosif's phone. Building a keyboard. A very expensive keyboard. Not the most expensive keyboard. Just a pretty expensive keyboard. She said, "Nice to meet you," and she's glad you're real. Oh, thanks. Oh, that's like the nicest thing anybody said to me this year. I had to get that joke out of the way. Somebody had to. Oh, yeah. This is very satisfying. Well, a little sad I didn't get the PC plate, polycarbonate plate. But I didn't order it, so I ordered this stuff like many months ago. A little bit of a bent pin here. I will be doing a sound test at the end. Just typically where after stream views tend to be. Broseph and Brosefina. Yeah, does wife have a name? Like a... Does chat call her anything other than just your wife? I'm not asking her real name. Good, gotta get those keyboard sound in my ears. Oh yes, a fellow keyboard enjoyer. Just realized I've committed a cardinal sin of keyboard building. I did not test the PCB to make sure that it works. Though I've never had that issue before. That would be quite tragic. She goes by Sunshine. Briona. Excellent. If you didn't notice on this board, by the way, just take a quick break here. If you didn't notice, the bear is also right here. It's the reason why I got this version of it, because there is a Win key and a Win keyless. This is the Win keyless, Win key meaning Windows key. The Win keyless version has the cute little bear on it, which I think is totes adorbs. Brianna. A lot of people say, oh yeah, yeah. My IRL name is Heath, like Heath Ledger. And I get that a lot too, or people call me Keith, which Keith is a fine name, but it's not my name. First you get rid of the numpad, now the Windows key? Yeah, it's kind of an enthusiast thing. I'll probably make this the Windows key. I think it's usually a function key. I'll make one of the side keys maybe a function key or something. Well, there was a time where some boards didn't have Windows keys. The giant IBM keyboard that I have doesn't have a Windows key. Are you excited to play Diablo again? Because I am. People accidentally call my quad or clay? I don't understand. Excited to play some Stardew with the friends? Hell yeah, dude. Gotta get a world started. That game is quite a time sink. So it's tough. Because like I really want to play. I heard you were playing Stardew with your partner last night, right? I love that game. I've never like 100% of that game. Or even close to it. My real name is Quaid. And people always mispronounce it. Quad? They say quad? Hello? Quad? That's not even close. Managed to get to the 124 of the mines. Yeah, let's go. That's a crazy move right there. That sounds like something that you would do. Unfortunately, yes. Oh, we can be Quad and Keith. That sounds like a weird movie or TV show or something. I think I have enough switches for this board. The reason why I chose these switches is because the other switches that I wanted to use, I have enough of those switches to fill the next board that I'm building, and I didn't want to have to order more. So this is stepped caps. So we'll do stepped caps. Hell yeah. I like stepped caps. It's just like, it just looks cool. I feel like we have reasonably unique names, Broseph. So I understand the struggle of people not. They just don't get it. They never get the name right the first time. Which is why sometimes I'll just like go by my first name, because Heath isn't my first name. Just have zero interest in sharing that. Because it's not a bad name. I don't have a bad name. If anybody's gonna know who I am, I want them to know me by the person, like the name that I want to be known by. Well, we're pogging though. We're getting there. Oh, I love when people call you Smoke. It's so goofy. Uber Smoke. And by love, I mean it's just funny. It's not for all of the years of being called Funky Ass Bud or anything. I'm gonna have like one switch left over, or two. I think. Hello? There it is. Switch wasn't closed all the way. Sometimes I get that where like when I'm lubing, I don't like close the switch all the way. And then it doesn't want to like snap in. I don't know if I want to tape mod this. Or not. Can we just do all of the mods? So far we're doing great. We're getting awfully close to the end here, and I'm worried. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're one short. There's got to be another Oil King somewhere. Oh no, we got. Oh, is it? Did we do it? We perfectly. Perfect amount of switches. Yeah. Totally did it on purpose. Totally on purpose. Didn't do it on accident. Guys. Oh yeah. Yeah, people don't know my sister's name either. They say she says Tiffany, and people are like, Stephanie? Huh? Should be able to pull this out a little bit. I just have a really cool name. I think all of our switches are seated properly. What a look at this. This classy looking Uber Smoke. Doesn't bother you at all? Does it bother you at all that we call you Uber Smoke? I'm just gonna call you Uber Smoke now. Just gonna call you Uber Smoke. I'm legally changing my name to Max Slayer _ Fricka normal name. That's fine. You do whatever you want. like you with either name, real or not real. Uber Smoke sounds cooler anyway. Yeah, you sound like sounds like, it reminds me of Smoke from Mortal Kombat, right? I think that's the right way it goes in. Yep. I'll start reviewing vapes? No. Don't do that. Grandma loves you without the vapes. Mom, you know I tell that story all the time now. That my grandmother posted, like the only thing she's ever posted on my Facebook in response to anything was a response to my first ever Facebook photo. And I was dressed up like Theodore Roosevelt, and I had a big mustache. Not this mustache, it was a fake one. And the only thing my grandma has ever said on anything at all on Facebook to do with anything of mine is just she commented on that photo and said, "Grandma loves you without the mustache." It's very funny to me. It stuck with me for a long time, and it's very funny to me. Roasted. Boom, roasted. If you go all the way back, it's still there. It's very funny to me. All right. How does one? Oh, that's why. Because the PCB is made for both, but we have extra keys. So we actually have the perfect amount for the other version of this keyboard. So we just gotta remove some keys. Bam. Grandma don't give a fuck. That's very funny to me. She's a nice lady. All right. Put this bad boy back together. Also, yes, if you haven't seen like a glove, if you haven't seen the bottom of this keyboard, look at it. It looks so clean. I know. Oh. So cool. Let's get some more jazz. Perfect bear and breakfast board. Yeah. Alright, we're not. Oh, we are. Okay. I feel like we were doing a lot of spinning and not a lot of catching on any threads. Still feel like that way. You don't want to catch on the threads down there, or? Did I do something wrong? Let me look. Did catch. I don't see why I would have any issue right now. Maybe it just wasn't like lined up right. Let's try up here first. Oh, now I got screws falling out. This is the gaskets. Is it like that? Do we have an issue with the plate foam? Maybe. Maybe it's interfering somewhere, I think. Methinks. We're getting there. I'm gonna see if I can't use one of my bits. Does it even matter? They are stainless steel, so they are not magnetic. This is perfect music for. Just kidding, they're too long, too short. Screw doesn't want to go in, just leave it out. It's more like screw, like, just refuses to catch. And I don't see why it would have an issue here. Don't really know. Let's just go one at a time then. Oh, not yet. Is the bear complete? Oh, it's so close. We're just assembling the... We're just putting the screws in right now. If they decide to... actually, like, screw in. I'm not using the wrong screws, am I? Because I feel like there are no other screws. And these were all in here before, and I unscrewed them. Hello? They're just like not catching, which is really strange because they're going in. They're going in the holes. They do be going in where they're supposed to go in. Alright, now got this issue where the plate foam or the case foam moved. Well, farts. Get in there. Might be that this foam is like, am I supposed to, let me look real quick. If you use the plate foam, you can put the internal onto the bottom of the case and squeeze these parts that stick out onto the bottom case. If you don't use plate foam and use side gaskets instead, put the internal into top case first. Yeah, I'm not doing it wrong, I think. I think so. Start with the corners. I just don't really understand. Is there... Let me look real quick. This is real mystery solving music. Or it sounds like Plants vs. Zombies music. It's so weird. They're like not... They're just not catching. Just like, oh, they're catching, but then they're not like fully screwing down all the way. Like, oh, am I not allowed to use the case foam? I think it's fine. Like, let me just test this to see. Don't know why, but that bear paw on the back, it makes me want to makes me high five it. I'm gonna high five the shit out of this board. Yeah, they're not like, going all the way in, which is really weird. Maybe that's by design. This music's a bop. I thought that they would like screw all the way down. You know what? I bet you if I just use the rice. Don't worry guys, I got it. Don't worry guys, I got it. I got it. Don't even worry about the fact that we've been sitting and for like 15 minutes not be able to screw these down because the freaking bit wasn't big enough, and that's why it was spinning endlessly. It's fine. It's fine. It's always the easiest thing. It's just you just get too excited and you try to be fast and it just doesn't work. As with most things. If you know what I mean. Boom. There she is. Now, keycaps. We are doing the keycaps that are on this board with some other colorful modifications here. Give me a sec. So, we're going with GMK Fundamentals because that is probably the best looking set for this color of board that I have, and we will be using these sort of colored space bar that we need. It's also because I do have the space bar kit for this set. Nope. Purple enter. We've got a, yeah, there it is. Nope. Need the space bar. Maybe. It's in here somewhere. Nope, that's the wrong one. There's a... Oh, it's right there. Duh. Okay, we got it. Is it the same? I think they're the same as what's on there, so we're good on that. And then there might be a couple more keys out of here that I might need, but... Really, what I wanted to do is... pop an ear out so I can actually hear this thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry, I'll give you a good sound test at the end. So here's another thing. Should I do... I have these really cool Pokemon artisans. Where's the other one? There's a third one somewhere. There's a third one somewhere. I think, unless I'm imagining it. I think I'm imagining it. I have one ordered. So I was gonna do like 3 water Pokemon. Anyway, yeah, that means I don't really have like 3. So I don't really want to do that. So could put Mando over here. This is too brutal. This is too brutal of a keycap. It's a sweet keycap that I need to like find a good place to put. It's like one of my favorite keycaps that I have, but I don't have a place to put it. I think we'll run it without artisans right now. And I'd like to see what other people do for layouts in terms of, because I've seen people use this as an escape key, which it kind of looks like that might be the play here. Just want to look. Yeah, that looks like kind of what people are doing, is doing that as an escape key and then actually having a tilde. So if that's the case, then we can find, this guy goes up here just like that. And we just need to find our tilde key, which can't be that difficult. That's the only issue I have with storing keycaps in this way. It's like a huge space saver for me. Well, there's the gray one. I don't think I really want to do the gray one though. I want to do the actual correct colored one. You're in here somewhere. There you are. Boom. Yeah, unplug this bad boy. So sadly, we can't use the that's awesome. Yeah, it looks dope, doesn't it? Sadly, we can't use the like colored space bars we've got here because these are all for like full-size boards. But I think that just like a little bit of splash of color on this board is going to look really good. I'm just going to bring this down here so I can actually... And what I'm going to do You don't judge any of the freaking dog hair, man. There's nothing I can do. I do have this though now. Just like a. It's like a. I can just like go over this and like. It's one of my my Christmas presents. One of the best things that I got this year, to be completely honest. Very useful. So that once I take all these off, I can spray it down and get all the hair and stuff off of it. Because it's really hard to like just be hair like free on things. I've also considered putting these switches in this board, but I think honestly, like, it's like, I don't know. This board almost needs these switches because they are north-facing LEDs. Then if I use cherry profile keycaps, and you get the interference, and unless I wanted to get some ACO switches that prevent that from happening, which isn't like a terrible idea either. Don't go looking under your keycaps. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of a scary place to go. These, oh, okay, the stabs turned out great. Like, so far, 2 for 2 on stabs. We were almost pooping on ACO stabs earlier. Almost were in poo-poo territory. I think they're great. I put ACO stabs. I put inexpensive stabilizers in a $400 keyboard, $350 keyboard. And no regrets. No regrets. Another thing that really drew me to this board, and it's pretty standard in most like Alice Arisu layout boards. Sometimes it's not, but it's pretty normal for ACO and Alice boards to have the double B down here. I'm a right hand beer. Sometimes these switches don't like to like actually clip onto the plate, so they come out with the switches like that. It's pretty annoying. I think this set's gonna look great on this board. It's originally that's why I like decided to purchase the GMK or order GMK Fundamentals, because I was like, this kit will look so good on pretty much any board. I wish I had more dark sets. Like GMK Honors would also look really good. Like a dark navy would look really good on this board. Literally would have never noticed that there's 2 Bs. Yeah, there's 2 Bs. And most sets don't have 2 Bs, so you usually have to use like a weird key to replace that. Oh, right, stepped caps. Right, stepped caps. There it is. There's our stepped caps. Step caps meaning like there's like a, it's just like a different way for the caps lock to be. It's got like a little step on it. I like how stepped caps looks. Mainly because it's just different, you know? Like it's like you don't see stepped caps a lot, and it's more of like a, it's just like not an everyday thing. Now you've got me second guessing which hand I use B with. Yeah. It's weird, right? Bro, so that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. kind of where I'm at, though. This shit do be clean. I'm gonna do this. I hope that's not too loud. Please let me know if that's like terribly loud for you. Oh, the purples look so good together. I think what I'll do though too is I'm gonna clean this board off real quick and then put some other keycaps on here. That way I can kind of do like a side by side. I think that'd be really cool. Purple keys are very cool. I'm not biased or anything. That keycap set that you have would probably look pretty good too. I have that same keycap set. I don't know if I don't know if that kit has a spacebar kit though. That comes with it. I think it would. Most novel kits do, I think. They're very good on the compatibility front. Spacebar kits meaning the little space bars and like the little odd size space bars. Otherwise you end up using like shifts and like enters and things that are like not, and it's fine, it's functional, but it's not like, to me it doesn't like feel right because these keys are like flat, and space bars have like a bit of a curve to them. So, and usually if you get the more expensive keycap sets, the freaking spacebar kits add more cost, which is annoying. Yeah, it looks weird and it feels weird. Oh man. Well, a lot of people do, if they don't have an extra B, they'll do like the double O key. Like sometimes there's like a look at this little space bar. This little one U space bar. I could put that here. But I'm gonna probably put that as my Windows key, because I'm so used to that on this one. The only thing I'm missing is this function key where the bear is. But I can map that to a different key or something. Should Snorlax go up here? I mean, he's kind of just chilling all by himself. Like, and this keycap set was sort of like, this was like the Snorlax board, and I'm taking the Snorlax board apart. Ugh, the hair, man. I'm not impervious to the, I don't have a hairless setup, man. Oh, why did I put that away? That go here. Yeah. The freaking stabs. Do you have a Gengar? Oh, I wish I had a Gengar. You know what I do have though? This is almost perfect. I have this. Almost perfect, if it would focus. Please. 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 He's a little shelter. He's a little purple shelter. Now we've got a lot of other colors going on here. We got like orange and stuff like that. And I don't think I don't have anything purple. And I don't really have anything like color neutral either, I don't think. I mean, this board did come with this rose gold, like pink bear keycap. Orange and purple is great, but it's like in terms of like keeping everything like very consistent, adding that, like I'm probably gonna try it. Love him. Little shelter. Love the little shelter. And like, I do have the Ditto, the Bulba Ditto that's pink. That would look sick. Let's just get this done first. I say the Mandalorian, like the Death Mandalorian, is like my favorite, but I think the pink Ditto is my favorite. I'm also a flipped spacebar. If you've never taken your spacebar off and flipped it so that it's, instead of like faced like this, it's like backwards. If you've never done that, do it. I am Flip Spacebar Gang. I am a part of Flip Spacebar Gang. It's so good. And it doesn't really look that bad. Get out of their hair. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, in like a good way. I don't know what these keys are specifically at the bottom, so I'm just going to leave them the way that they are. And then I'll go grab the Ditto. I think that the Ditto looks amazing on this board. Just like the kind of contrast with like the dark navy and the pink. But flipped spacebar made my spacebar wobble even more noticeable. Oh. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. Little Snorlax guy. But yeah, I think that this here I think that looks pretty good, right? Keyboard. So should I do pink Ditto, which he's a loosey goosey guy, or Shelter? I think it's just too busy. I think the Shelter is a little too busy. A little Snorlax action. It doesn't really like. Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Ditto. Yeah, I think Ditto's the way to go here. I don't really have like a, like if I had a Gengar cap or something, or like a purple, like a mainly purple thing. My idea eventually is like I've got Shelder and Blastoise, and I think I've got another water Pokemon on order, and then like, you know, like on a board like this, where I've got like 3 switches in a row, just like putting them on there so that they're all like next to each other. Yeah, I agree, Mac. I agree. I agree. So then, does Snorlax go on here? Maybe we'll put Mando on here. Yeah, why not? And then just Snorlax can just like hang out on my desk. Cause he's a good boy. Okay, so appears that we have built a keyboard. It would appear so. He's your walking buddy now? What do you mean he's my walking buddy? Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. So, not being on Pokemon Go, the Pokemon you walk with. You play Pokemon Go? What? There's so many things I don't know about you. Listen? I'm listening. It's not, I'm not making a big deal out of it. I just didn't know. I just learned so many things about you. Nerd. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give you a little tasty taste of what the board sounds like. And then I'm gonna reassemble this other board, and then I would like to do like comparisons. So that I'm so used to the connector being over on the other side. It's in the middle. Oh. Probably also a good opportunity to pull out the wrist rest, which is all aluminum and very heavy. It's just some very sketchy parts of town to catch Pokemon. Oh, you played obsessively? That's hot. That's hot. I gotta put the feet. I just smelled something very strange. Both my dogs are on the couch chilling. Is there a dog that may have passed gas? But you are so far away from me. Somebody not feel good? Like, I want to say, you're gonna judge me. I wanted to say it smelled like weed at first, and then I was like, no, that kind of smells like a fart. Why do those things smell the same? Why are there? I don't get why we've got holes down here for threading. I don't understand. I don't get it. Huh? Yeah, I think one of them farted. Weed farts. I don't know. Sometimes some things smell like other things. It's fine though. I would ask Meat Mommy if she could check on them. I will have the ability to check on them like reasonably soon. Don't worry. I'll explain the weed farts after my Uber Smoke rebrand. I want you guys to experience this with me here. In that, this wrist rest, all aluminum, very heavy. Oh. Weed farts, holy. Excellent. Look at that. Oh. Just lines up perfectly. Oh yeah. I don't think that I'll use the wrist rest too often. But this, right? Like this. Oh. I would have thought that they would like maybe put a spot for like gaskets or like rubber stoppers or something on here. I think a lot of people will just use it like this though. Oh, I am typing somewhere where I shouldn't be typing. I don't know what that is. Oops. It feels great. All right, we'll give you a little sound test here. Give me a second. Let me know if you can hear this. I'm doing the thing again. I'm typing where I'm not supposed to type. I'm gonna pull up something to type. Backspace doesn't work. Give me a sec. Okay, it works. Nope. Oh. I just typed the word bosom. How you feel about that? Sounds pretty pog. He's over here talking dirty to chat with a keyboard. I appreciate the purposeful typo in your message about removing the backspace. Yeah, good job. Quality humor. This looks great. I'm very pleased. Other than the typical me having a little moment things, turned out pretty good. It's pretty good. Peter. Yeah, it looks sick. And I don't so the having the plate foam in does make it a bit more muted, a bit more marbly. I think it would sound a little bit better if I did do the tape mod, which it basically just kind of like boosts the sound, which I think I would enjoy with this, because like right now it's pretty quiet, and I think I like where it's at for now. The beauty about keyboards is that you can just take them apart and do whatever you want. I think I'll tape mod this eventually, but I think right now where it's at with these switches and this plate and these keycaps, I think it sounds, so sound is one thing and it is very subjective. Everybody has their own tastes. Feel wise, these Oil Kings that I sort of had to fix, I don't know if that's just like a thing that happens with some Oil Kings. I don't know. The ones that I got were like a little bit crunchy, like leaf ping crunchy for some reason, and all I did was I lubed springs. Maybe it was leaf ping, maybe it was the spring itself. I lubed the springs myself, and I lubed the legs and the leaves, the copper leaves on the inside. I did that, and it seems to have like, I don't have that like kind of like weird crunchy. It basically, like if you hadn't pressed the key in like 30 seconds, it would make like kind of like a tick almost, which was really distracting for me. But I think I need a little bit of time with it. But this feels phenomenal. It feels great. So what do you guys think I should do? I could sit here and reassemble the other board and then do like a side-by-side sort of comparison between these two boards. They're very different. Or should I end stream and then just make a YouTube video about it, or like a really short comparison video and just post that? Or both. I could do both. Probably do both. Probably should do both. I just want to sit here and touch it. Both? Okay. I'm gonna put this bad boy. I want to be able to see it a little bit here. Oh, this thing is so heavy. Both definitely sounds like a better option. Okay. I'm going to just take this over here. Now it's clean. No more hair. And the keycaps, easy peasy. Oh, it's so much easier. I mean, there's still a hair, but it's like not even close to what it was. So what I'm gonna put on here is this is GMK Bento. Let's enter. That is big. Definitely a big fan of how this set looks as well. I did end up purchasing the spacebar kit for this, so I do have the actual proper space bars. It's crazy how much harder the blue keys are to see on camera. Like these? The orange one pops, but the other ones are like blurry. Oh, interesting. Luckily I have a board for reference right in front of me to be able to just like see where each key is. It's pretty similar. I don't know, is this satisfying to watch? Like putting something together like this? Just like this is a speed run? It's not really a speed run. I'm not gonna be super fast at it. I do want to get it done quickly though, so I'm trying to like get it going. Yes, sir. Too small. This is function. Gundam vibes, not gonna lie. Ooh. Do be liking Gundam vibes. This is supposed to be, the novelties for these are really cool. I just haven't been able to get a hold of them. And just, you know, also, I think they're expensive. But they're like really cool, like bento box, like themed keycaps, and they're really cool. Big fan. I actually got these on sale too. I try to like when I go to buy stuff, like I try to wait, you know, and try not to like overspend. I have a lot of keycap sets, and I guess I should. I have more. I have many. And not all of them are like the same kind of keycaps or quality, or like I have a lot that are, you know, like I have a few GMK sets. GMK like is sort of they're like the expensive ones. Like they're the high quality ones that people really like because they have a lot of cool colors and they're quite different. But now there's a lot of companies that are making a lot of different keycaps. Thank goodness, because now we have a lot of options. But GMK is still like, they have a lot of like very exclusive looking sets, like things that are very different from a lot of the in-stock keycap sets, because GMK mostly works on the sort of group buy model, and which means that you have to order them and then cross your fingers that they'll show up next year. Whereas like with this set, like I got this was an in-stock set with novel keys. Sometimes that happens too, where they have extras and they sell them as like sort of in stock. This is a function key. I bought these on sale. They were like pretty much half off. Normally they're like, this set is like $130 for the base set, I think. So yeah, it's expensive. But if you have a hobby, like, you know, like I kind of just think about it like this, like people really like cars, they like, you know, models, Gundams, you know, it's a lot of the kind of similar ideas. You will spend like a bunch of money on something, and it's just worth it for you because it's part of your hobby. And I like this hobby because like you end up being able to like use the thing that you make instead of look at it. I mean, you could look at it. Like I have a lot of keyboards that I look at. But it's just cool that like the things that I put together are like actual things that I sort of interact with on a day-to-day basis versus like kind of just look at. Which there's no shade towards people that like build things just to look at them, because that in and of itself is very rewarding and it's pretty dope. Okay, so I think here is an alt, so I need to find an alt key. That's another thing with this. I think that I do not have a this is an alt. I don't think I have super keys. I can find one somewhere. They're in here, I believe. Code instead. And then this set does not have a double B. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm a right hand beer, I'm gonna put B here, and then we're gonna pick a be goofy, just like put like, that looks dumb. I just need to find a key that would go on that row, and we'll be good. Usually people use like the double O key. Could just use a period, but then there's no like... let's see. It's a lot of numbers. Hope you guys don't mind just like chilling. It's better keyboards than Gundams that blow in speed. What do you mean? It's better keyboards and Gundams than blow and speed. Oh, drugs. Drugs. We were talking about drugs. Got it. I caught up. I'm there. I figured it out. Don't perceive me. Blow and speed. Listen, I didn't read it that way. I didn't read it correctly. I'm just trying to find a key that will like look good there. And I can't find the double O key for some reason. For some reason, it's not here. Where are you? I can just do this. I think that's what we'll do. Found the 0 key. Do I really not have a double 0 key? I thought I did. Maybe I did not. Maybe that's what I put there before was the O. Or the 0. I like that key because it's like busy. It still has like the, I think it's hiragana on it. So. Oh, and I didn't, oh, I gotta do these. Where's page down? And Snorlax go on here again. He's not really out of place there, I don't think. Cannibalism is such a bad hobby. Based. Okay, so we've got both of these keyboards here. I hope you can't hear her banging the dishes around. Ayo, that keyboard looks dope. Ayo, it's that Harv that looks dope. I like Snorlax. I also like Snorlax. So this one's like crazy. This, like, the flex on this thing is like insane. Like, it just like, you just bottom it out. It's so flexible. It is. It's crazy. Like, it just, and I love this too. This is the gateway drug for Alice and Arisu boards, in my opinion. Never, it's not me. It ain't me, no way. Dude, this thing's oh man. It's hard to like. This is so heavy. Oh, Harv, it's good to see you, sir. We just finished reassembling some of these boards. I just built this. This is the Bear65 V2. It's basically the nicest keyboard I've ever built. Probably the most expensive keyboard I've ever built. So it's pretty sick. These keyboards look so weird, but they are super comfy. They are super comfy. I'm noticing that the like sort of profile of this board is a little bit smaller too. Like when you put them up against each other, like, and they're not, but it's not that smaller. That's weird. Like I feel like they're still like the same size, but they're like, oh, it's because of how these are arranged and how they are oriented on the board. So like you get a little bit extra on this side, you get a little bit extra on this side. We don't have the exploded arrows on this side, we do on this one. To be honest, I'm a really big fan of this layout. Like I really like how this layout looks. This is just different. I don't hate it. But let's do some kind of like side-by-side comparison. This board is going to be really muted because it has plate foam. This has plate foam too, but it's a polycarbonate plate, and I believe I also tape modded. This actually included a tape mod with it, so I think I put the tape mod on. And it has long pole switches, which long pole switches are like they bottom out quicker, and they actually bottom out like, and they give you like a bit of more of like a clack sound. So they're going to be a lot louder. Now these switches in this board would sound probably really good too. But this is, for reference, this is a plastic board with a polycarbonate plate. So it's going to be louder. It's going to project a lot, or it's polycarbonate plates aren't always loud. But the combination of materials with the plastic case, polycarbonate plate, and it being tape modded with long pole switches versus these are just regular switches, regular like pole length. This has an aluminum plate, aluminum case, so it's very heavy, very thick. It's got a brass weight on the bottom like this, which is just, oh, the finish looks so good. So they're gonna sound different. They're gonna sound really different. And that's kind of the cool thing about keyboards, is that you can kind of like customize it and make it sound different, you know? Like you can change how things sound. But I have all of the foams and everything in this keyboard, so everything is gonna sound really like marbly, muted, soft maybe even. And this is going to sound very poppy, very clacky. Anyway, we'll do a sound test. Thor, I'm trying to do a sound test. There, get out. Go. I love you. Go. 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 Of course I start and he just like pushes the door open and it's like, I'm here now. Alright. We'll start over. All right. What do you think? I love them both, honestly. They're just different. They're kind of just totally different. But I will say that this is the one that's going to live on my desk for a while. A while. It just looks great. I'm very pleased. There will be another keyboard build probably next week. I think I've got everything I need other than the board itself. I think I've got everything I need to build that board, including switches and everything and keycaps. I don't know what keycaps I'm going to use that. Maybe we'll figure that out together. I've got so many sets that are made for like standard keyboards. So we've got a lot of choices. The keyboard is going to be black. It's TKL. So it's a little bit bigger. But yeah. Yeah, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with this board. This is my it's so like I love them both. This one kind of sounds like Legos. Like the Lego games. Does that make sense? Like, does it sound like the Lego game? Like all of the Lego games, it just sounds like that. Like even the like space bars, like they've got like they're not rattly. I guess they are. But they don't have they're not like ticky rattly. They just sound like Legos. Yeah, picking up studs and building. And this just feels like really solid. Like it's just really obviously because it's just I can't. Very pleased. Well, thank you everybody for watching and being here for what is probably a great way to start off the new year, building a new keyboard. I wouldn't want to spend it any other way, right? Don't you mind that I was 4 hours late? We don't need to talk about that. Best afternoon in this year. This year, currently, this one. Don't pay attention to what's going on behind me. There's a it's not a keyboard. It's a computer that's like all tore apart, and I'm trying to test it and figure out if there's any issues with it. Picking up studs. Don't need to do that. I already got one of those. It's me. It's me and this like. So, I think to get my hair to do what I want it to do right now, if I have to like make it to do like what I want it to do right now, I just wear a hat. And then I get like like that. It's just so long, dude. Your hair feels so nice. I'm not even using the good shampoo. And I feel like if I get rid of this, I don't know. My beard is pretty thick. It took a lot of years to build this beard to be able to grow a beard like this. Anyway, me, mommy, are you going to be going live at all today? Is that in your plans? I know that I can't raid you or anything, but I can tell people that maybe you're streaming. Maybe. Solid answer. Well, if that's the case, keep a lookout for her streaming. Maybe. So close. We're getting so close to the big reveal. If you don't know, Meat Mommy is a VTuber, and she has been using this VTuber model for a little bit, but has one coming that is completely custom to her, and I think we're all very excited. So it'd be really cool. I'm really excited. I don't know what day it's going to happen and everything, because there's going to be a big reveal at some point, as VTubers do. But I'm very excited to see what it looks like and see where that takes you in your future of VTubing. Anyway, I'm going to go and... did you clean the kitchen? I was going to go clean the kitchen just now. Is that a thing that you did while I was here doing this? Don't me. Don't me. Just tell me. Well, I couldn't do laundry. I don't apologize. This means that I don't have to do it. So I appreciate it. Anyway, enough of that. So thanks for hanging out. Make sure, if you aren't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done that, that'd be really cool. I made it to 300 before the end of the year, and that was really exciting for me. The goal for this year, just get to 1,000. That's our goal. Keep it light, keep it easy. And if we achieve our goal, then we can make another one. Easy goal. So hopefully we can do that this year. I'm pretty sure if you are watching on YouTube right now, you can like the video too. I don't know what that does for pushing it out to other people, but all of the likes would be really appreciated. Thanks, Jack. I really appreciate everybody coming and watching. This is kind of like the tone of the streams for me, I think, moving forward, on YouTube especially. Gaming content is always on Twitch. If you aren't following me on Twitch, it's the same thing. It's Funky HQ. And Twitter and all those things, all the social media things. Can't wait to catch more Funky streams. Well, hopefully next week. The plan is I'll be building another keyboard. So that is the plan. So hopefully we will see you next week. And maybe we'll probably see you in the Discord, right? If you're not already in the Discord, make sure you are. If that's your jam. And maybe we'll just see you next week. Thanks for watching. I don't have an ending screen. Also don't have a mouse right now. Where's my mouse? Oh, it's right there, but my mouse isn't working. Hello? There we go. Well, not anymore. Now I do. No more Christmas overlay. Well, we're gonna do this. Just gonna do this. There. Does this work? Thanks. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll see you. Maybe we'll see you next week.